Hello peeps, it's the Hillbilly Halfwit. How are you all today? Well, what we're going to talk about today is I've been doing a little bit on the Landrover and also a little bit about the video I did yesterday, just to fit some reactions about it. And let's have a look at the Landrover first, and then I'll have a chat after about everything, okay? Because I'm with all the farmers, I'm not against any farmer. Right, this is the Series 3 Landrover I was telling you about, with a chassis back end. From here, we've had to cut off because it's all rotted. So what I've been doing at the moment is, if you don't know, I'm having to rebuild the chassis out of plate like this because it was all rotted to bits. So the trouble is, you've got to get everything straight and true. And with this Landrover, because the chassis dips down like this, I've had to put some timber across, right the way across onto the front of the chassis over there, so we can get everything square and level. And I've been measuring up yesterday, so this is going to be the back end. So the steel work will have to come under here and end here to be perfect, as you can see. So I've been taking all the bits of steel off that are rotted. There's still more to come out here. So I haven't got a torch for me to show you at the moment, so a bit more going to come out there. And then we're going to start making some kind of a connection. So we're going to put some steel in there, inside there, a box inside there, and then slide the steel over it and then plate it on the outside as well. So we'll have plates made, well, I'm making myself, to go over this to make it doubly strong. And then we're going to have to put in the actual shock absorbers. There's a bolt thing that goes through here. I don't think I've got it at the moment. Is it? There's a piece of metal here somewhere with the shock absorber bolt that needs to be welded right through the chassis there. And some at the back here as well. So I spent quite a bit of time getting that all square where everything needs to be yesterday. So the next job is to start making the actual parts to weld on. That's the next job. So there's no point doing anything unless you've got everything square first, and if you're out of square with the chassis, it'd be hopeless. So that's that bit. No actual fabrication done yet, but we've got it in the head and we know what we're going to do. So as I say, this is going to take quite a while, obviously. So one of my viewers said, because I was wearing this shirt yesterday with an owl on, it was something to do with devil worship. So I thought I'd put on my Hillbilly Halfwit top just to make sure. All it was if you go on Facebook, there's a bloke called the Roofing Outlaw, and I bought his top, and that was just one of the products he sells. That's it, and I don't know. It's just one of his hoodies I bought, nothing else. So let's just have a bit of a chat about yesterday, in case people got the wrong end of the stick. I'm fully for all farmers of all types, arable, hill farming, sheep farmers of any size. But what I was trying to say yesterday really is that I think you've got to be quite smart how you're going to use your tactics in this, because it's going to be like a little bit of a war, really. What they've done, I was listening to a Labour advisor yesterday being interviewed, and he said, this is his exact words, they are not going to roll back on this decision because it was a tactical move against a small amount of people. And he said in the thousands of people. He was talking about the farmers who have been affected. So what they're doing is they have created a fight that they want you all to go into, and we all will. But they've actually, the people creating this march and everything, like I say, organised opposition, are taking you to the place where you're in their own backyard, and they're going to move you around like a, that's what I think anyway. I wish you all well if you're going there. It's not that I'm against it at all. It's just I think you should be very careful, because I think the people deciding this have got you in their own backyard, and they want you, and they're putting you where they want you. So it's better, in my opinion, to do things more on the spur of the moment and a bit more haphazard, and they don't know what's going on. So that's what I think anyway. I'm totally with you all. I tried to reply to most of the comments yesterday, but the video went a bit mental and I couldn't keep up with it all, so I've had to leave the comments in it at the moment, okay? So this camera, sorry, switches the screen off. I have to flip it up. So yeah, after listening to that interview yesterday morning, I realised that the Labour government, when I was younger, the Labour government came in under Blair and they did the same thing with hunting. They fundamentally hated it, so they made this decision to have an argument with the farming community over it, and all these marches and everything happened, and they'd made the decision not to change it anyway, and they'd made the decision who to fall out with. It's a carbon copy of what they did with the hunting ban, really. So just be careful, people. I'm all on everybody's side. I just think you've got to be a bit smarter about doing these things. And I'm not against new tractors and stuff. I love new machinery. I love new tractors. I wish I could have one here. But I just think you've got to be a bit smarter by keeping them out of the protests, really. Because you're playing into these people's hands. They want an argument. And after that Labour advisor yesterday was interviewed, he basically said they wanted an argument. He said, we've picked an argument with a loud minority. That was his words. So be careful. I wish you all well, though, so don't take it the wrong way. So that's the video for today. As we'll be loosening the tops out in the next couple of days, ready for things. So I usually loosen them out on November the 5th, last year. So the next day or two, that'll happen. So thanks for all for commenting. If people know me, they know I'm not against anything to do with farming or anything like that. I just think the tactics need to be looked at very carefully, because it's going to be a long-term thing. This isn't going to be... The farmers' unions and that think you're going to march up to London and it's all going to be sorted in this day. And then what will happen is, like what happened in Cardiff, they forgot about it all then and think that's enough. We won't. This is going to have to be a long-term strategy of having having protests all the time, I think, anyway. So please comment, rate and subscribe, and thank you all for commenting and following me. Ta-da, all the best, Gaz.